Started.
Start streaming, start recording. What's up, guys? It's Some Disappointment, aka Cam, here with...
Yep, this is Phoenix here for Phoenix Gaming.
Hello, this is Masachi UTB or AOE.
And this is Ari, sometimes that soccer dude.
Here we're doing the Castle of the Curse, which is going to be our new podcast we're starting. So as we go on, we'll just talk about games, game-related news, things that got us into gaming and stuff like that. So one of our first things we want to get into is, everyone has a favorite game. And, even if you don't have one favorite game, you have at least top three or something. So, I guess I can start. One of my favorite games is Halo 2. The second in the Halo series. I've always loved first-person shooters. And, it's got one of the greatest storylines in that series that I want to say. And it's just one of those games that I don't know, it's always grasped me. And then there's also games like Skyrim. Skyrim's going to be a classic in gaming. And that's, when that came out, we knew it was going to be a classic. That's just there. That's just going to be there. And my third favorite is probably something like The Last of Us. Rainbow Six Siege. I don't think I've had this much fun in a first-person shooter than I had before Siege.
Alright, well, then I guess this is Phoenix. I guess I'll talk about my ones. It's kind of hard. I'd have to probably say Homeworld was one of my first favorite ones. It's real-time strategy and all that. With a close second of Freelancer. That one takes first place for me a lot of times. And I don't know. I just love the gameplay of both those. Both of them are space simulators. Although one you fly a spaceship and one you fly multiple ships and you destroy your enemies. Now, for a good close third, I have to just say either, I'm not sure I'm going to say Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It was one of the first first-person shooters that I ever really truly loved. Rainbow Six Siege, like Cam said, that's been growing on me. But
all right.
That's the thing with COD 4. That's a classic game.
yeah, that was my starter point. That was actually the first game where I actually did like some actual ranked play and actually played in some clan matches. Was I good? No. Was it fun?
Wait.
Oh yes.
Wait, Modern Warfare or Modern Warfare 2?
Modern Warfare. I played all of them. I own all them. I own
Okay.
all of them, and I'm actually planning on probably pre-ordering the Infinite Warfare so I can get the remastered edition.
Ugh.
What was that?
I'm sorry, Infinite Warfare just...
I know, but if I want that
hurts to
remastered,
hear.
I have to get the Infinite.
I'm sure you can find game keys online, G2A or something, probably, after that, just to avoid that, because, ugh. Alright, but Mass, you've got some games.
Let's see. My top three favorite games. Growing up, I think the first game that sort of showed me that games wasn't all about side-scrollers or platformers was probably Tales of Symphonia. I think the first playthrough was roughly around 36 hours long. That's with cheats. I didn't know how to play that fucking game. My second favorite has to be probably Super Smash Bros. Melee or Project M. I like that competitive feeling, especially one-on-ones and sort of choosing your favorite characters and beating the shit out of everyone around you. I really liked. And then my third favorite might have to be Rainbow Six Siege. It's completely different from the stereotypical first-person shooters that I've come to know and avoid, and this was the first one where it was I sucked major ass, but as long as I'm not rusty, I can actually contribute to the team, and it sort of feels pretty good when either one of ours gets super lucky, or when you just steamroll an entire team or something like that. So I like that.
Ari?
Well, it's really hard to choose. I'm not always the best at choosing favorites, and I think like the ones that I pick are gonna be mostly from nostalgia. But I really liked Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Um, I really enjoyed it when I first had it, and recently when I was in college, I was watching a friend played it, and like it was such a blast just seeing a different person play a different way, and just like all these different things from the same games, and it was reliving it again, but in a different way, and it was really fun to see that. I just really enjoy that game. I'm not sure what to say for the other two, though.
Yeah, it is a tough one. That is always a tough choice to think of. Like, no, I mean, there's so many games in the world, and I'm sure most of us have played quite a few games in our lifetimes. Trying to pick three out of all of those games is ridiculous. I mean, like I'm pretty young, but still, I've played so many games. I can't name all of them. But
Yeah.
I mean, a good question to think is, what got you into gaming? I mean, personally for me, like that was my brother. He was always a huge gamer, and my first game was actually Halo 2, which is why it's up there as my favorites. It's always been there. It's one of my top games all time. We'll always go back to play it because that's where I started, and that's kind of what sparked my love for first-person shooters. I played up to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and I played Battlefield 3 and 4, and now I'm going to be playing Battlefield 1 when that comes out. I mean, just the idea of Halo 2 and that getting me into gaming and just, taking away so many hours of my life to learn how to use a controller. I mean, I started off on a console. I had never thought about being a PC gamer until now, and it's just really, what gets you. I feel like, there's that one game that you just realize, like, this is what I love doing. All right, Phoenix?
Yeah, that's a hard for me to talk. I mean, when I first started doing gaming was actually it was watching a friend of mine play Command and Conquer, the original. I thought it was the coolest thing, and I finally got it and played through pretty much every single one of the Command and Conquer games. Unfortunately, to this date, a lot of the original Command and Conquers I have never completed. Never done it. But they are really, really cool, and that's got me into real-time strategy. I loved that. Then I got first-person shooters with Modern Warfare. Finally worked my way up into Battlefield. But that's kind of where I stay. Just bounce back and forth between a few Command and Conquer games. Kind of stuck with the first-person shooters, but the problem is, after a while of just playing by yourself, it kind of gets you in a rut. So it's nice to finally meet up with a group of people and actually play new games, and that's how I got into Rainbow.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought I wouldn't like the heck. I wouldn't even start getting good till after I got to level 35.
Yeah, when I first started playing Rainbow, I thought it was going to be, I've played like stuff like CS, like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and I thought it was going to be another one of those. No, you're just sitting around and people are awful and, you immediately suck or you're great. And then I learned, no, Siege is a completely different game. It's got this own community to it, which is, a really kind community, I have to say, for gaming.
Compared to CSGO. I will say though, like just watching video, I haven't played CSGO for anyone who would ask, but from what I've seen from other people's playing CSGO, it seems like team versus team, like one or two people dying doesn't really mean too much in the overall scheme of how things work in CSGO, but like in Rainbow Six Siege, when one person goes, just by some stupid luck or some shit like that, like the entire sort of balance of
It's like dominoes.
like, yeah, like if one person goes, just one person goes, or like one person is like almost dead, like one shot will kill them anywhere, and like suddenly the odds of winning become that much harder to win. which I really like.
Yeah, I mean, Siege, that teamwork, that, you need to know where your teammates are and how they're doing in order to, really do well in that. Like, when I first started ranked in this game, when I was actually good at Siege, which is weird to think about, was when I was Gold 2. And I would think, like, I've never had to talk this much to people when playing a game. Because this game, it really is a game about information. You need to know where people are and how to get to people, for sure.
Okay.
But what got you into gaming, Mass?
What got me into gaming? I guess this is gonna sound sad, but the first, I guess, big present that I got as a kid was my Nintendo 64, and I didn't have many friends, so the more I played like Diddy Kong Racing, Mario 64 and stuff like that, the more I became comfortable with playing video games rather than making friends. And after branching out into other console games, like one of my favorite games of all time, Tales of Symphonia and subsequently Tales of the Abyss, like I sort of just got hooked on the possibility of games being another medium of storytelling, of experiencing stories and journeys without needing to go out and read a book or watch TV or hang out with friends. So I guess the game that sort of made me think about games as sort of like something that I was probably going to stick with for my entire life was probably Tales of Symphonia. And then afterwards, sort of like a revitalization of, oh shit, I really like video games, was probably when I got to college and Ari played with me Super Smash Brothers, and those times were really good because we don't play for shits and giggles. Like, it's for shits and giggles, but like when we play Super Smash Brothers, no items, specific characters, and we're going at it and just sort of trying to be the best. So yeah, those two games are sort of like what stuck. Anyway, Ari.
Yeah, like I can't exactly remember what got me into gaming, but like I think the first game that I really remember playing a while ago that might be part of that chain that brought me more into it is Pokemon Yellow or something, which at least like went to the other Pokemon games where me and my sister like worked together to do everything, and I think that just kind of brought, I'm not sure exactly, but
All right. I mean, gaming is such a major aspect of so many lives now. I mean, it's hard to see someone, who's lucky enough to have enough money to, in the modern day and age, who doesn't game. I mean, in the 21st century, we're in the information age. We've gone through the Gilded Age, all these other ages in life. This is the information age. We live off our computers, off our cell phones, off everything. And that's where games are a major part of our lives now. I mean, hell, look at it. I mean, we have massive orchestras, Academy Award-winning composers creating scores for games, like Hans Zimmer created a few of the Call of Duty game scores. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have these huge media moguls, the people who are said, video games were just going to be this fad, and games have taken over the world, and now they sometimes make more movies than even Hollywood can, or not movies, money, more money than even Hollywood can, which is beyond impressive for how I mean, if you're like looking into it in like terms of technology, I mean, they're still pretty new. I mean, in terms of history, video games are new. They've only been really big since I want to say 1970, 1980. And, in only 30, 40 years, they've gotten massive.
Oh gosh.
Massive.
It's insane with the companies that they're just constantly fighting over each other, trying to like outdo the other.
Yeah.
The games is fun for everybody. I remember I don't remember when, but I remember reading, cause back in high school, I actually had a video game design class in my senior year, and we actually got to learn a lot about the history. And when the games were first came out, they were designed for everybody. They wanted everybody to enjoy it. But as the years progressed and there's been more companies, they've been trying to outshine everybody else. It's the same as with everything. There's always going to be somebody who won up. The only thing that I've found sad about that is the consoles versus the PC world. Consoles are really great for the price. They're made just for gaming. While computers are designed to be able to be upgraded, and you can play basically any on there. So what happens? Some of the console companies, they've actually decided to stop making their games compatible with computers. There are actually several games out there that you have to have a certain console to play. You have to either have the Wii or you have to have the PlayStation. Even though they're really cool.
Like along those lines, the first Halo game,
one
one of the greatest examples, Halo Combat Evolved, was available for the PC.
Wow.
After the rise of the PC and everything, Microsoft realized, hey, so the Xbox isn't doing as well as we hoped right now because of these PC rises. So they stopped making a Halo for PC. Halo 2 was completely console.
Actually,
completely.
That's not exactly true. I'm actually going to correct you on that right there. There's actually 3 Halo games for computer. Halo 1, Halo 2. The reason how I know this is because I have it on my computer. And then Halo...
You have Halo 2 for your PC?
Yes. And then there's Halo Wars. Halo Wars...
Oh, I completely forgot about Wars, man.
And I actually don't have Warriors 8, but I want to try it. And apparently they came
That's the RTS, isn't it?
Yes, apparently they came out with a second one of those. But apparently that RTS was designed for console and computer, which RTS is hard to do on a console. But
funnily enough, sorry to interrupt, but funnily enough, with the Halo Wars being an RTS, Halo, when it was originally created by Apple, it was announced by Steve Jobs once, a long time ago. Are you fact checking me right now? You're typing away, but no. It was originally supposed to be an RTS, but then it was just going nowhere, so they sold it. They sold it to Bungie, and it created. They changed it into an FPS, and and we got Halo.
Yeah.
Halo.
That was really disappointing for PC gamers because you play the first one, you play the second one, and all of a sudden. You're left on a cliffhanger. I know if with all like the epic endings where there was a legendary, there's a secret ending, but now they came out with Halo 3, Halo 4, and now they come out with Halo 5, and
Halo 3 was one of the first games to come out with the Xbox 360, I think.
Yeah, and that was one game I've only played part of the first. Yeah, I played the first mission for that one. That was it, and I really loved the story. The gameplay was good too, but the story really had me gripped, and I read the book.
That's one of the wonderful things. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. You go on. I'm just saying, that has actually been one pet peeve of mine for the longest time is that they did that with Halo.
Yeah, and the story is one of the most wonderful things with the Halo franchise. Even the newer games, the newer trilogy. They still have an amazing story. If you're looking at a lot of FPSs, like, mainstream FPS, you've got Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
They're single-player campaigns. Other than, like, COD 4, I would say, they're mediocre at best compared to Halo.
Yeah.
When it comes to storyline.
I've seen some very unique storyline gameplays over the years. They can be very interesting and very bad at the same time.
Yeah, I like to argue that Halo really invented the cinematic storyline for video games. A fully involved storyline for you to listen to. I mean, for FPSs, sorry. Let me correct myself on that, because then we're looking at old RPGs. But no, let me correct myself on that. Fully involved storylines for FPSs. Because, when we're starting off with FPSs, we've got Doom, we've got, all these old Blizzard games. I guess it was ID at the time.
Yeah.
But no, those old games, and then those are just straight up run and gun. You're running around, you're trying to find little things, and you're shooting up places. It's a testosterone-filled bloodfest, right?
Oh yeah.
And then now we've got games like Halo and BioShock and
Mass Effect.
The Last of Us and Mass Effect. Yes.
That was good.
These franchises that are almost completely, I would like to say, story-based, and with amazing gameplay to complement it. Like, when I'm playing, especially the BioShock series, when I'm playing those games, I don't feel like I'm playing a game. I feel like I'm watching a movie that I get to involve myself within. The story is so strong in it, which is so great to have in a game.
And there's some games out there that like some of the games which I've never really finished are like the Black Ops series. They changed that as the series going, like Black Ops 1, basic storyline. Black Ops 2, the choices you make change the outcome. Black Ops 3, haven't finished that one yet. Oh, God bless me. Sorry.
I mean, multiple ending games, where we have different choices that affect our outcome. That's actually also fairly new in video games.
That's crazy.
And we're looking at games where it's so major. We're looking at games like Until Dawn, which was huge when it came out.
I've got No,
what?
No, go on.
I was saying Until Dawn, huge when it came out, and I don't think there was any major gaming YouTube channel that wasn't playing Until Dawn when it came out. And they had the butterfly effect involved. Every single tiny thing affects the big thing. Then you got all the Telltale games as well.
Oh yeah.
Telltale games?
Telltale's The Walking Dead.
And Tales of the Borderland.
Yeah.
Yes. I haven't played those.
I've played The Walking Dead, the first season of it, and it is brilliant. I mean, it's a very different animation style that I'm used to seeing in video games, but I fell in love with it.
It's similar to Borderlands almost.
Yeah, it's similar to Borderlands, which is also a great series.
Yeah, one series I think was also pretty good. I mean, the first one was great. The second one was Knights of the Old Republic, the original video games, because you could choose to be good, and you have all the choices, or you could choose to be bad, kind of like a Mass Effect, but in the bad, you can actually literally kill off your own teammates intentionally to basically turn to the dark side.
I mean, that's one of those games I need to get my hands on, but I haven't yet. But no, that's one of the staples of story-based games.
And the online version, the multiplayer online games, they actually did really good. But the thing is, again with that, one of my pet peeves is, after a while playing by yourself, it gets old. But it is one of those few online multiplayer games that is actually good to play by yourself. You can actually keep going, while there are other games that are out there that you play for a while by yourself and just gets old after a while. It gets to the point,
for sure.
A lot of the games out there nowadays are designed that you need a team. You have to be with people, or you have to be ridiculously at a high level to complete certain missions.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, team-based combat, especially in the first-person shooter genre, is, I would say, bigger than it's ever been. I'm always going to go back to this, but even in the old Halo games, when you're running, you're not with your team. You don't care about your team. You're just screwing around and you're just shooting people for fun when you're playing online.
Yeah, you're either with a giant rocket launcher or you're being a total jerk with a bunch of needlers going at somebody.
Hey, you know what? That was me. I was that guy with the needlers.
Same here. I love needlers.
But when we're looking at games today, we've got one of the biggest games played right now for first-person shooters is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's one of the biggest professionally played games, and that is such a team-based game. I mean, I always get pissed at my teammates when I don't get a call out. every call out matters. Every bit of communication you can get matters. And then, you also have Siege. Siege is a whole different version of teamwork, where, not only do you need the call-outs, but you need, and in CS, there's not a whole lot of three-dimensional on most of the main maps.
No, it's very
You might,
straightforward.
it's very, like, front, left, right, behind, and a little bit of down, a little bit of up. But like when we're at Siege, we've got floors that you need to worry about breaching from the out. You have to worry about getting breached from the outside. You need to be able to watch all these angles, check your corners, lean around doorways, stay crouched, stay standing, go prone. All these decisions that you need to make, and then at the same time, you're balancing a team where your teammates have to hey, you guys have to take care of this room. You guys take care of this room. We've got this area. If anyone breaches through, you go here, you going here. That's kind of the part of Siege.
Also, operators and gadget synergy. Like, you can't have
Yeah.
a certain thing if the team has this. So you need to counter your teammates' counter with your own counter, and it's rock, paper, scissors as well.
Yeah, it's like getting there's plenty of things that are unnecessarily added together. Like if you have let me think, a captain, if you have a mute and a bandit, they can work well together, but half the time it's kind of unnecessary. I feel having both of them.
Yeah.
It's kind of redundant having both at the same time.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing I noticed. Like definitely, in the Rainbow Six Siege is the difference between ranked play and casual. I mean, I will hop in a casual match and I'll have my mic and everything like that, and occasionally I'll do call-outs and everything like that, but then I'm hearing nothing but silence. Or you'll see you'll get like the majority of people going, just be quiet, play the game. Then you hop over and ranked, and you have people calling out calls left and right.
And if you're not talking, they lose it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I have been told that I should, quote, shut the fuck up in ranked as well.
Same.
So, like, I get like 50-50 really shitty luck in terms of what kind of people I run into.
That's just your voice.
Oh.
Fuck
Oh.
you! Fuck you!
Add 1 to the burn counter.
Ooh.
Burn counter 1. Are we counting that toward Herd Mass, or are we counting that as a point toward disappointment?
I'm gonna say that's a point towards me.
Okay.
Is he really writing it down?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm adding this onto the thing now. Like, this is a thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I think I'm gonna have a highlight on the corner of my thing. Just go a little ding.
Right on the whiteboard.
Yeah, this is actually a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't expect us to have so much fun doing this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, when this podcast actually probably comes out, I mean, it's originally going to be a podcast. I'm recording the audio as well, and I'm actually doing an overlay. I'm going to try getting a bunch of the games that we've all talked about here and include them in the video. I'll have to do credits toward each game, but I'm sure I can work something out. Make it look kind of cool for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, here's the next part of this discussion. I mean, how do we feel? I mean, we have all of these topics we're talking about, but what do you guys think about maybe seeing if our viewer base out there, if they should start giving us some questions to the topic? Because, I mean, we have some famous YouTubers out there we watch. I mean, like the Sunny Mailbox with Matimio.
Mm-hmm.
But what about us? We all have different opinions. Should people ask us questions?
I think that would be great, honestly, for this.
I think like my subscribers is like 13.
I got
7 of which are people I know, so like I
and 4 of them are in this
think,
call. All 3 of them
like-
are in this call.
think, yeah, I think like
Mine is
our
And I only watch your videos that have me in it.
I know, you fucking narcissistic asshole. I think as of right now, our subscriber base is small enough that we could probably take as many questions as everyone wants, and we'd probably be okay with going through all of them. Like, we'll probably throw out, like, stupid questions, like, I don't fucking know. But,
Oh yeah, and I'll send you guys the link to because I have a Facebook page as well. I mean, and one good thing we could possibly also do is a recommendation to this thing is set up a Twitter page for the Council of the Cursed.
So,
I mean, it's an idea. I mean, I have Twitter page set up as well for mine. So when my videos are released, I post things up there. I mean, I think people, viewers, if you guys are watching this or listening to this from wherever you're at, if you guys honestly have a question about games, maybe not even games, things just wants to talk about, get our different opinions on, let us know, because we honestly are having fun with this. I mean, we need all the content we can do. I mean, like, how often are we thinking about doing this? Once a week, once a month, once every 2 weeks?
once a week, once every 2 weeks sounds good.
3 weeks.
Yeah, because if we do it if we do it bi-weekly, that gives us time to come up with more content. And right now, since all of us combined, we maybe have 80 to 100 subscribers. We're working hard to grow our channels. We're all new-ish YouTubers. I can't really use the term up-and-coming YouTuber stars because we won't know. I only have 2 videos that are doing good, and that's for a game I don't do many videos for.
My most viewed video is probably like 12.
Let's see here. My most...
And it's probably all of me rewatching it over and over again because I know I'm hilarious.
You wish.
Just because...
That's 2.
Oh. 2 burns?
2 burns.
Who burned who?
You've just been burned.
I guess
Me?
I don't know how, but you just got burned.
the burn counter is always for Mass. Mass is going to be the one who always gets burned in this podcast.
What? Wait, how the fuck did you burn me?
You know.
I don't
Waves.
even know. No, I don't remember that shit.
Well, I don't know if this is classified as a burn or not, since... What do you say? What was the number you gave for your most viewed video? 12?
12.
My most viewed video is
put-
4,991 views.
Damn.
Wow, that's mine is I think 15 or 16 and it's on my first Siege video. I know it's up to 20 now. On my first Siege video and that's all I've gotten.
Yeah, my past few Siege videos actually, most of my Siege videos over 2 weeks old are ranging between 10 and about 30 views from what I can tell.
Let's see specifically what is... I don't know how to look at this.
It's always kind of sad though because I made a 50 subscriber video a while back and only 27 people have watched it.
Oh.
I mean, come on, subscribers. If we have videos out there, I mean, heck, even if you just watch part of it, drop a like, share it, because that's how these things get spread. I mean, in videos where Disappointment, Cam, Massive are in there, I'm always going to put their channel stuff in their link below. Didn't always do that. Actually, AoE Massive actually is going to give me that suggestion. It's a good way if you guys are up doing YouTube videos yourself and you guys are playing with other YouTubers, I would highly recommend, personally, if you're using them in your videos and they have their own YouTube page or even a Twitter page, include that in your description. Help them get some views as well. By that,
for sure.
We're helping the community grow.
I mean, and especially in the YouTube community lately, like if you're looking at a lot of bigger areas, it's been so like antagonistic with each other. And it's good to see, smaller people trying to get together and get people to work. Because that's, I think, really what YouTube's all about. You go on, you create things, you show who you are, and through that, you're really able to make a difference in the world. And that's what YouTube should be about. Yeah. Not, what did XX triple teen kid I say this time?
That was oddly specific.
That was.
Hey, you know what? That's probably actually an actual person's YouTube account.
Now I do have a question here for you because I know it's late for all of us, but so far it's primarily been the 3 of us talking, but our quietest member at times hasn't been talking very much. I think maybe we even over talking him. Mr. Ari, sir, Do you think you could maybe have some stuff to throw in there? Give us some color. And I don't mean briefcase. Come on, give some color.
No.
Did you just say no?
Blue. I said blue.
Blue.
Blue. No.
Hey, you know what? Blue's a solid color.
That's a solid color.
Sorry if I'm like over talking here. I mean, I coach a speech and debate team, so like,
I think I'm gonna
I
give
just
Ari.
talk.
I think I'm gonna give Ari a point for that burn counter there.
Yep, adding it on.
Burn on me.
How does burns work anymore? Dear Lord.
I don't know. I think it's kind of like when someone one-ups you.
Yeah, we're gonna count it as that.
Works for me.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And the silence takes over again.
Did I accidentally just stop recording?
Oh, you did?
Oops, let me restart recording. That's gonna be annoying to throw together here.
It's fine. I'm still recording the
What is-
solid
what
thing.
is the what is the stream's opinions on technical difficulties?
Considering there's 2 viewers and it's me and...
Oh wait,
Alright,
there's.
start back up.
Oh, I need to go onto the Facebook and actually be observing this.
Oh, you can, if you want to send if your Facebook group's still active right now, you can send them the link to the stream if you want. I can post it in the chat again.
Well, I actually don't see the stream info.
Huh.
I just restarted it back up. It takes a 40-second delay for Twitch.
Right.
All right, that's all right. I'll just mute
Burn
you.
counter 2.5? How do you have... It's not a 1 degree burn, it's a 3rd degree burn. What?
Like what? Like the second time I said I burned you, I decided to take it down to a half burn.
It was like kind of a burn, but not exactly a burn.
I
That's
Well, I mean, like something that's been going on lately is, I mean, like let's talk about a little bit of news. Well, I mean, let's look at gaming news specifically. In 3 days, I want to say,
yeah, 3 days.
Battlefield 1 comes out. I don't think I've been this excited for a game in a long time, even though I sound super monotone right now. I don't think I've been so excited for a game in so long.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be playing the campaign the very second it comes out, and if once.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, I kind of want to wait to hop in multiplayer, so I can get all
Mhm.
of you guys at the same time, because that'd be cool
Oh, yeah.
if we were all coming in at level 1 at the same time.
Yeah, that might be good. No promises that I'll be able to keep that promise.
Same.
Because I'm very much a Battlefield fan, and I mean, all three of us, I don't think, Ari, you didn't play the beta with us, did you?
no, I didn't.
I wish you did, because I mean, I've played a couple betas in games before. Like America's Army was one of the games, which was actually made by the Army, and it was alright for a game.
Yeah.
It had some cool aspects to it, but it was still it had a lot of problems that I didn't like. But Battlefield 1's beta had to be one of the most sound and one of just the greatest beta experience I've ever been involved in.
You know, there was one phrase I didn't really have to use a whole lot for the thing. Is like in Battlefield 4, a phrase that grew on me is "you've been diced," which I'm sure everybody remembers that feeling of when all of a sudden something just happens, like it crashes on you, you die, or something totally stupid just happens, and what we do, dice happened. Blame it on dice. We can't even blame it on lag or anything like that. It's just dice happened. But in Battlefield 1, I don't really remember any of those feels. I mean, it was.
I mean, there was a couple times here and there where I would start running around and I didn't have a gun in my hands. I'm like, shit,
Yeah.
I spawned with no guns, so I'd just be running around with,
I remember that.
running around the battlefield completely unarmed, and then, there was a couple times like that, but other than that, no, there was no real game-breaking bugs that I saw in Battlefield 1,
It's a major learning
which
curve.
made very
Oh god.
Although I think those light tanks were a little bit overpowered. I think they were doing a buff on those, or like a debuff on those.
a nerf.
Yeah, I think they were doing a nerf on the.
Yeah,
light
for
tank.
sure.
A Mass Chip, it was like a 32 kill streak a guy in that artillery truck that one round.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the only time, you went from beginning to end, and probably, I think you only died once.
At the very end, yeah, I died.
At the very end, like.
No, the light tanks in Battlefield 1 were absolutely ridiculous. And that's for someone who used them way too often. Because anytime I saw the chance, I'm like, oh, am I getting in a light tank here? But to my knowledge, they were nerfed. That it does take a little bit less to take them down.
Yeah.
But, one of the least used of the hero classes
Mhm.
was the tank destroyer class.
That one was fun. I love sniping people
with
that.
with a big rifle, and every time I saw it being used, it was just used against infantry. I took down so many like just the trucks, people driving around in the trucks.
Yeah.
It would two-shot those things, and it was the greatest feeling because you just across the map, you just see it, aim up a little bit higher, fire, destroyed. No, they're gone, and it just felt great. Every time I got to do
I shot
that.
on a few planes with that thing. Because
Oh yeah, no, you get I'm pretty sure it took one shot to disable the engine of a plane from that thing. It's hard to hit, of course.
gosh. It's with the rips of like, you know what I want to do? I would like to
Mm-hmm.
shoot a bomb right when they drop it.
Is that possible?
Can you shoot bombs?
I don't know, but
Because
I
if
think
that's
that'd be
not a thing, that should be a thing.
Because here's the thing is, on those
Dice,
planes,
Dice, listen to us here. If that's not a thing, that should be a thing here.
you hear that?
If
Dice?
it's not, then fuck you, Dice.
I mean, the thing is, those are old style planes. The bombs are attached to the bottom of the wing. In the newer video games, like the F-35 and stuff like that, those missiles are all internal. But I mean, like, if you've got like planes like the Thermite one, and you blow that thing up, come on.
That thing's going down.
I mean, yeah.
I mean-
it's pretty simple hit shot ratio in a lot of the tanks. I mean, like, you go to games like World of Tanks or War Thunder, you have modules. Like, you can, if you shoot somebody who has a lot of ammo, they'll explode because you blew up their ammo rack. But in Battlefield games, you can disable their engine, and if they don't recover fast enough or they repair it, they'll crash. That's the difference, because you can just damage mainly engines, not so much like the actual firing of the stuff. I mean, you can make it so they can't turn the turret, but they can still fire it. Oh, my cat wants to be on the podcast.
But I would like to play Devil's Reject a little, or that's not the thing.
Or Devil's
Advocate.
Reject.
Devil's Reject
I'm tired,
or Devil's
okay?
Advocate?
Devil's Advocate, okay? Shut up. I'm gonna add one to counter for myself.
No, that's a burn counter for me to you on that one. That burn was against you.
I'm gonna add two.
Yeah.
Because I was just really bad. But
Advocate.
I'm gonna play Devil's Advocate a little bit here with that, and with World of Tanks and stuff like that, where they can hit the modules. That's I would say a very smaller game, a very much smaller game, like smaller size. Like, you're not going into 64-player battles with that, like you will in Battlefield. Battlefield, the servers go up to 64. I mean, stuff like that, I think we are asking a little bit too much for realism from DICE there. I mean, if they were to make a Vietnam-based Battlefield again, because they haven't done one, I don't think there's been any really
still one of my
major
favorite ones.
Battlefield, any really Vietnam-based video game since Battlefield Vietnam that I can think of. But I don't think you could just shoot at a helicopter and it could catch fire, because I mean, if you're looking back at history, our military scientists weren't the smartest. They thought, if what's really light metal? Magnesium. So let's make a helicopter out of that.
That
But
is-
do you know what happens if magnesium catches on fire?
Yeah,
Not really.
it's kind of combustible, just a little bit,
Just a little bit. It's just like a really bright white light,
and then
and it just
gone.
and it burns just like just super quick. It's gone, and it would it killed quite a few people. The magnesium helicopter.
Quick
Now-
question for you on the magnesium. I'm sorry, but quick question, because
Yeah.
I noticed, because in the Battlefield, I'm trying to remember my World Wars. I'm probably going to totally biased, and somebody's going to smack him side of the head to this chat.
Mhm.
Which war was napalm first used in? Was that Vietnam?
Napalm, it was developed before Vietnam, but like the first one was, it was used in Korea, I
Okay.
believe as well. But
Because I know in World War One we used gas was first introduced, and that was one of the most inhumane forces, and I believe that was the last World War I was ever used in. And in
for chemical-based attacks, yeah.
yeah, and then in Second World War, I don't remember what primary thing it was. Just a lot more straight up combat. And
Yeah.
then I know.
I mean,
Vietnam-
and that was really where tank combat finally got its shine. Like World War One, we had some basic, we had the first tanks coming out,
Oh yeah.
but until towards the end of the war, tanks weren't that big a deal, big a thing. We didn't use tanks a whole lot. I mean, the U.S. stayed out of tanks until like the start of World War, and then we start getting the Sherman projects coming on, and then like, oh, we're good at this. Sweet. But World War II was very much more tank based, I would say, than chemical based. I mean, we also get the addition of sort of jets being added in finally, and those kind of planes. Like we have the first jet planes coming in. We've got submachine guns and assault rifles finally getting their start. So we're going away from that, that bolt action or single shot weapon to a
Semi-automatic.
fully automatic weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, semi-automatic. Thank you. We're getting fully automatic weapons all of a sudden. And then we've got, the MG42 by the Germans, a gun that will go down in infamy. As, we had these, what are they called? These advertisements, these propaganda advertisements to get people to join the army. And it was talking about the MG42 and like, yeah, don't worry, the bark is worse than its bite. And that was the farthest thing from the truth. That thing would saw a person in half in an instant, just gone.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Rest in pieces.
A lot of stuff out there, and that's actually something I should a quick question to bring up for, since you mentioned that. Guns, realistic guns, and the way they are compared to the way they are in games. I've seen different videos like where they compare like the Call of Duty and the Battlefield, the gunshots, the way they respond. And sometimes they seem a little sad. And sometimes some of the guns you wield them and actually feel like you have some power in your hands, or like you feel the oomph. But if you look at them in the actual gameplay of some games, I mean, Rainbow Six Siege, just for example, is one of the first ones where I've actually seen good vehicle damage. Same now in Battlefield 4, I've seen it too.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Do you mean Battlefield 1? You said Rainbow Six Siege for good vehicle damage.
No, sorry, I meant good damage. I'm sorry, but I'm like,
Yeah.
if I have to go through the Battlefield series, Call of Duty, and Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty didn't have any really many things you could destroy in the worlds, except for some wooden structures which you could shoot through. Now in Battlefield, one of my favorite things was from Battlefield 3, which they took this out in Battlefield 4, which is you can destroy basically almost any structure. And if you happen to take down the structure, you essentially killed everybody inside. While in Battlefield 4, it counts as the world killed you. But the thing was, you could shoot through things, make holes in walls, actually shoot through them with some guns. And in Rainbow Six Siege, they actually start showing wall damage. And depending on what weapon you're using, it makes either little holes, big holes, sometimes none at all, because it's not great for penetration. It's just good for spraying the area. And then light machine guns in that game actually are good for actually making big holes in walls. And that's one of the things that's different I noticed in gun gameplay in different games. Sometimes it just feels not as real as it should be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, the study of ballistics is, I think, it is hard to transfer into games. Especially like, how does a bullet work? How often will it hit? I mean, we come from basically where in games where if you shot, when you shot a gun, it was a ray. It was a straight line, and if it made contact with something, it would do X damage. And now it's gone to... I mean, now we finally got some bullet drop, except for, I would say Call of Duty still is very much point and shoot.
Yeah. Now, well, Battlefield
It's-
has good bullet drop though.
Yeah. Battlefield is finally starting to understand. It still doesn't have as much as needed. Like, one of my favorite missions was in Call of Duty, Call of Duty 4. I was it Gillies in the Mist? Was the mission?
Yeah.
You're talking the one
The
where,
sniper
where
one.
he went back in time and he had a 50 cal and had to shoot
Yeah.
off his arm by
Yeah.
accident. He was aiming for the head.
Yeah, and and you have to have to figure out how wind works, because like that's something that they don't have in Battlefield really ever is. You've got the vertical drop, but you really never have to take into account as much the horizontal.
Yeah, one thing Battlefield 4 has definitely been enjoying has been throwing in rain and, as of lately, sandstorms. And with all that wind,
Yes.
if you're shooting a bullet in there, not only do you have all the wind, you have all the sand in that too. That's could essentially damage and badly. You see what happens if you run sandpaper along something. Imagine shooting a bullet
Yeah.
through a sandstorm. That bullet's going to be destroyed for you long before it reaches its target.
Yeah, like that's one of the things that I do like what they added is, if you are shooting a gun, especially if you're shooting a sniper rifle, long range through a sandstorm, that's gonna incredibly reduce the effective range of that firearm.
And that's primarily just
Which
because
is-
you can't see, but you can still hit somebody because they don't have that side winds. That all they have is
Yeah.
vertical drop.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I like that they have vertical drop, but like, no, that's why I really like games like. Have you ever played Sniper Elite?
No, I've heard about it though.
Yeah, I'm a very large fan of the Sniper Elite series, and they do have vertical and horizontal aspects to take in when you're firing a gun, which is very nice to have in a game. I mean, and the horizontal's still not as big, but like, it's there. It does make sense that is harder to bring into a game, those horizontal aspects. I mean, I couldn't imagine having to code that in for having having a huge server where you're with all these people on it trying to balance bullet drop, bullet slide, all that. But I'm still incredibly excited for Battlefield 1. They've, I think, really added upon the ideas of bullet, like, something I've noticed with Battlefield 1 more than other Battlefields, you feel the travel time.
Oh yeah.
You see it too.
Oh yeah.
You see that travel time, you feel that travel time when you're shooting at a range. You shoot and you wait for a second for the bullet to hit them, because at that range, but I mean, bullets are fast, but they're not that fast. That's not going to be instant.
Yeah, one thing
So-
I think, just as an idea, just saying, for our next podcast / video, what I think what we should do actually is maybe focus more on Battlefield 1, because if we do this in 2 weeks, we will
Yeah.
have, later this week, next week, the Battlefield 1 actually comes out, and all four of us, I mean, I think Ari has it, right? Ari, you have it?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
What?
So, yeah.
Wait, what?
Do you
Battlefield 1.
have it?
Oh, wait, no, I don't have it.
Are you going to be able to get it in time for it to be released, or are we going to have to just talk about
Wait.
what you watch?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'll see.
I mean, there's a good chance I probably wouldn't jump straight into it either.
I mean, the thing is, if next week, if we all get into it and we play, maybe we can get some group play in, for our next video, we can talk about our first impressions of the actual game, because we've only played on that one map. There's was it 4 or 8 maps that are coming out with the main release?
I think it's 8.
So, and then, of
I want to
course,
say.
we're going to have 4, this is like, with each season's pass, it's like, what, 2 or 4 new maps with each update? So, over the next year and a half, we'll probably get another 10 to 12, well, 10 to 16 new maps.
Yeah, and that's gonna be awesome to have. Now, no, like as much fun as that one map was, it will be nice to have that variety. But on the bright side, for once, playing one map over and over again could get boring, but I didn't get bored
No, I mean every
playing
time
that
I
beta.
played, it was something new. It was, I
Yeah.
mean, you got used to people playing one way, but then it was something totally different. On a Rush one map, I even was able to do like an old style rush where I essentially just rushed up the center and then laid down and did a belly crawl right up to the trenches and got a bomb destroyed. It was actually a lot of fun because I was wide up and open. The only way I could have been seen if somebody jumped out of the trench right in front of me, and I think only one person did that. And even after he died, he didn't come back. That was the thing. Was it's so unexpected. You can do so many different things in this game, and a lot of people will just run and gun or they'll stay in an area in the camp. But then sometimes in games like this, it's not so much camping as it's actually a strategy. You find something that works
Tactical
with you.
hiding.
Exactly, and there are always going to be glitches to the maps and things you can do. But there's always...
Yeah. That's just the game business in general.
Now, actually, real fast, I'll say one thing, though, before we get off here in a little bit. I will say one thing I was very impressed with, like, some of the vehicle gameplay. In the earlier Battlefields, if you wanted to change seats, you just instantly change your seat. In Battlefield 1, you have to physically, your character has to physically move over to that seat or get up and walk over to that other gun emplacement. If you're in an airplane, if you're hopping a back gun, you can't just hop back there. You have to actually climb over and climb back into it.
Like, that was one of my favorite things of the beta, and it's just like, little things like that. It might not seem like a big deal to most people, but just little things like that is what makes a game great. We've made games great again.
I mean, and here's the thing is, you know what, and the main thing of all video games is the player base. There are dicks out there, sorry, pardon my French, but there are total idiots and people who out there play, and they're totally rude. And all of us don't like playing with it. Me, I'm a troll. If somebody's being a total jerk, I'll troll them. I'll troll them the entire round, even if I have a terrible K death ratio. It's just fun to mess with people who are being rude. But then, of course, you meet up with the people who are just total pro. I mean, you get in some matches. I remember, like, where in Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 3 on some matches, you'd be playing around, and all of a sudden, you're stuck in your spawn. The team can choose to spawn camp you, and in some cases, they'll let you back out. They'll actually back up and let you capture a few points and let the game continue. I've seen that, and that's actually some really good fair play, and I'm very impressed with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been very impressed with the game so far, and I'm really excited to see what it has to offer in the end.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things is those bayonet kills. That was always interesting, because that's always like an instant kill. You can't really block unless you shoot them in the head.
Yeah, I mean, I've killed plenty of people, though, when they were rushing at me. But you need to be able... That's one of those things where you just need to be listening, because they do the scream. They always scream when they come for you. So you have to be able to listen and be able to react quick enough. Because there is that one split second, if you don't react within that second, you're screwed. You are going to get a bayonet in your chest.
Or your back, or your neck, or whatever they're aiming at.
Or, yeah.
But I noticed that instantly takes down any enemy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's how I've taken down the sentry and the fire guy plenty of good times. I just bayonet charged him.
I wonder if you can bayonet charge one of the open trucks.
I
don't believe so.
That's like a height.
But that's something we can test when the game comes out.
We all bayonet charge.
You know what? One vehicle I'm looking forward to seeing in action.
What?
The Zeppelin.
Yes. Oh, big blimp.
That thing just looked awesome. I mean,
it looked.
I have a feeling most likely it'll probably just have. I think it'll probably just be like a slower AC-130. It's probably just gonna have cannons facing downwards. I don't know if it'll have actually like any machine guns for anti-air, because the thing is, it's
to my knowledge, it does.
I mean, and the thing is with that thing, it's either gonna have immense armor like the tank, or it's,
Oh yeah,
or it's either gonna have like,
this isn't going to be the Hindenburg.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what it's really gonna be like. It's gonna be very interesting. It could be like something simple, like it could be the Hindenburg, where you simply just shoot it just right and it catches fire, because you saw when it was going down, it was catching fire. But you never know.
Yeah, I mean, like from what we've seen so far, it looks like they have 2 mountain machine guns at the top of the blimp itself, at the blimp of it itself.
Oh, I wonder if you have to climb up to the outside to get there.
Yeah, I think you do. When there's a catwalk on the top that you can walk across.
So I wonder if you could have actually an entire team just standing on the catwalk shooting people. Oh.
I don't think you can really capture points in a Zeppelin.
No, but you could spawn.
It's slow, right?
And
It's slow, right?
And I'll jump off the top of it and do like a parachute drop.
Some great strategies. Well, are we good to go ahead and wrap this up for tonight?
I think this is good to wrap it up.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to the council meeting. The meeting is now adjourned. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
The meeting is now adjourned.